Hi everybody, it's Andrew Stadel, and this video is part of a series where I'm going to share with you how I'm doing problem solving this school year in 2025. If you're new here, I'm Andrew Stadel, and welcome in. I've been in math education for over 20 years as a classroom teacher, instructional coach, a consultant, and a speaker. And I'm currently in the classroom, but I've taught middle school math and algebra and high school geometry as well. And so I'm currently in the classroom teaching geometry, and I love it. I'm very passionate about creating tasks that make math reasoning accessible and enjoyable to all students. You might be familiar with my work at Estimation 180, and you might be familiar with the work of Estimation 180 Toolkits that are grade-specific tasks to help your students develop their number sense and go deeper into math concepts. So as I started the school year, I wanted to include more problem solving in my geometry classes. I was inspired by a couple of classes that I took in my master's program, where we did a lot of problem solving, and the focus was on the process. And that's what I really wanted to do, is I wanted my students to dig into these problems. They had more than one solution, more than one way to do them. And I wanted students to understand that problem solving takes time. It takes patience. It takes trial and error, guess and check, and all these great things. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how frequently I wanted to do it. So I'm going to walk you through that in this video. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a resource that I think might be helpful for you, no matter what grade you teach, to get students interested in problem solving in a low risk manner. So I wasn't sure how frequently I wanted to do this. So I decided to make it about 5% of my students' overall grade. And then I did a little math. I thought about it and I thought, what's 5% of 180 school days? Well, that happens to be nine days. And I figured, well, there's about 10 months of school. So there we go. I'm going to do this 9 times during the school year. So once a month, I'm going to give my students a problem solving task. And I decided, you know what? I want them to chew on it. It's not something that I expect them to solve in 5 minutes. So I'll give them a week. So what I'm doing this year is I'm currently assigning it to them on Friday, and then I'm collecting it next Friday. In future videos, what I'm going to do is share with you the student solutions that I received in the first month. And it was a learning experience for them and for me to see what the expectation was, how I was scoring it, and how they could improve in their problem solving habits in the future. This is one of 2 tasks that I decided to give my students in the month of September. Now, I want to be clear. I did not give each student 2 tasks. What I decided to do was give about half of my students this task and the other half of my students this task. So I'm going to leave these with you so that you can look at them and you get a chance to solve them. I'll give you a week. So in my next video, I'll show student solutions and we'll talk about maybe some ways that students thought about solving these 2 tasks. So let's look at this one again more closely. There's a regular hexagon, and inside that hexagon are 2, 4, 6 equilateral triangles. The question is saying, what fraction of this regular hexagon do the equilateral triangles cover? In the second task, you'll notice there are 2 regular hexagons inside of a rectangle, and it says both the regular hexagons have an area of 6. What's the total shaded area? Now, I love these visual tasks, and you might notice that on this screen, I have this number 12.1. I have an answer. So what I want to do is kind of show you behind the curtain on how I'm organizing these gorgeous tasks that I've collected from another math educator you definitely want to check out. So as you can see, I've got a Google Slides going here where I have some of my favorites listed, but I pulled these from this other Google Slides where all these amazing, beautiful art geometry tasks have been created. Now, the creator of this, and I feel bad if you're watching this that I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's Catriona Ag, and I'm still not sure if that's her full name. So I'm going to link down below a couple ways that you can access these tasks for free. So one way is if you go on X or Twitter, Catriona Ag, on her landing page, her main post has this right here, this Google Drive link, and that will take you essentially to this Google Slides with all the tasks that you're visually looking at. Another way to access these tasks is if you head to Amazon, and I'll link it down below, is there's a book with all these puzzles included. Now, here's where I'm a little confused. Catriona Shear is the author and Catherine Ag is the editor. So I'm a little confused by the Twitter handle, but maybe somebody can clear that up for me in the comments. So chew on these 2 tasks for about a week. In my next video, I'll share with you some solutions, some student solutions, and my rubric on how I'm scoring them this year.